told, I have 7 students so far. So today's lesson is all about the Hunger Games, as we have been reading the Hunger Games. And today's lesson objective, can I have somebody from the class? Elisa, read. Hello guys, it's me again, Mr. Brian Azaraga, and welcome back to my channel. I am a Filipino teacher based here in Dubai, and I teach secondary English. In today's vlog, I want to share with you how I conduct my lessons for my Year 8 students during the pandemic in what we so-called the new normal. This is the blended learning approach, wherein a few of my students are in the class learning with me and the half would be online, sitting at the comfort of their own homes, listening to my discussion and doing the tasks that I asked them to do. On this lesson, I have used the Nearpod platform, which enables me to also discuss the lessons to my online students. So today's lesson is all about the Hunger Games, as we have been reading the Hunger Games. And today's lesson objective, can I have somebody from the class? Elisa, read our objective, please.
To explore the theme of the book Hunger Games using a diary entry.
Thank you so much. To explore the game or the theme of the book Hunger Games using a diary entry. As mentioned at the start of this video, I have used the Nearpod application. A Nearpod application makes teaching and learning fun. It allows teachers to create lessons from scratch as well as upload their previously created lessons. Kindly go to www.nearpod.com and experience how easy it is to create your Nearpod lessons. Guys, you can always ask me for the code for this PPT if you haven't got the chance to copy the lesson objective later. What I actually like about Nearpod is the options of having it shared live and student-paced, wherein students can access it anytime, anywhere. Other than Nearpod, the school also provided us an access to MS Teams. MS Teams is a platform wherein we can have our group chat and video conference, and this is where we basically hold our lessons daily.
Do you have to do the lesson objective even though it's on your phone?
Yes, of course. You need to copy these on your output. Okay, so this is a collaborative board. This is a quote that is from the book, and it says, "In a matter of minutes, my throat and nose are burning." What does this quote tell us about the theme of the Hunger Games? Again, in a matter of minutes, my throat and nose are burning. What does it mean? What do you think it means referring to the themes of the Hunger Games? Okay, I have one student so far. Okay. Hi Tom, can you explain your point?
Because since the title is called The Hunger Games, and since they all fight and they all use weapons, there are of course weapons that have flames and fire. So in a matter of minutes, my throat and nose are burning.
Okay, that is quite good. Let's see another response. Basmat, can you unmute and tell me your point?
So I think this quote suggests that the Hunger Game is full of violence, and I think that because fire just represents violence, and my throat and nose in terms of fire, that's why they're burning.
Wonderful point.
Here in Dubai, we are quite lucky to have a fast internet connection and most students having access to their own tablets and iPads. It really makes our work a lot easier. As you have noticed a while ago, the blended learners, which includes the online learners, can access the lesson on Nearpod using a code. So you just need to create your Nearpod lesson, share to the students that code, and they can access it from their own devices. I did notice a lot of improvement when it comes to behavior when I am using the Nearpod platform. It is because the students are engaged, they can see the questions popping out from their screens, and they're quite busy to type in their answers. I do have a control over what is being seen or what is being shared on the screen as I approve all answers before it is posted on the big screen. This also engages the students to be keen on what they post. Of course, it takes a lot of practice, but with, continuous practice, it becomes perfect.
Want to actually pinpoint is the word suffering. And thank you to Bujilo for pointing that out. Let's go to the next one. The same thing. This is another quote, and this is what the quote is. The fire was just to get us moving. Now the audience will get some real fun. Focusing on suffering. What do you think this quote means? Again, now that we know that the theme is more about suffering, what do you think this quote tells us?
At this point, the students were already able to answer the theme of the novel that I want us to remember, which is suffering. The collaborative board option is just one of the many things you will be able to use while using Nearpod in your classrooms. I highly recommend you use Nearpod. And if this video gets around 100 likes, and if you like to be able for me to teach you on how to use Nearpod in your own classrooms, please don't hesitate to subscribe on this video, share it, and give it a thumbs up. I am sure to make a tutorial about Nearpod when it happens.
And in District 12. So put in what Katniss is feeling when she is in District 12 and now that she is in the games. What are her experiences? What are her sufferings? So this is more of Katniss's point of view. If we want to do the rectangle task, you are going to imagine that you are Pita and you are writing about the sufferings or experiences of the other tributes in the game. Not basically your experience, but other tributes. So he might say, "Dear diary."
Here I'm already sharing with my students the task of the day, which is diary writing. I have used the Padlet wall for this writing activity. This is also shared via Nearpod. Prior to this, I also showed my students a YouTube clip on how to write or make their diary writing better.
There is a waggle here. It's an example of what a good
Sir,
one
can you freeze the
looks
screen
like.
like that?
Hmm? You can see it on your own devices, guys, because I want to see this one happening.
No, I
Okay?
can't freeze the screen here.
You have 20 minutes to do your task, guys. Good luck. Yes, Angela, what's the question? It's okay, but as this is English, or you are also being assessed by your spelling, I would prefer something like this, like September 4, 2020, or
Sir, is this good?
1918. Yes, more. Yeah, the Dear Diary should be down, Wednesday should be up. Don't forget to look at the waggle and the checklist, guys. See, 9 a.m. is there, Dear Diary is there, wonderful guys. And some diaries, guys, there are people who change the names of their diary to another name. For example, have you heard about
Virgin.
what's her name? Anne Frank. She's the most famous diary writer because her diary encapsulates the World War II happenings. And she doesn't call her diary diary. She calls her Kitty. She gave it a name. You might want to do the same.
This is the part where I actually let my students start their writing and give them feedback as the lesson goes along. This is also a good way to actually go around and take a look as to how your students are progressing with their writing. Later on this video, we will be able to hear some of the feedbacks given by the students online, and also I will let them read some of their points while the students on the blended learning face-to-face will give them some feedback.
Once again, is your work having 3 paragraphs, beginning, middle, and ending? Did you use capitals, full stops, some ambitious vocabulary? Have you used next, then, furthermore, finally, firstly? Have you used ambitious vocabulary? Have you used some rhetorical questions? And have you used regular and irregular verbs? Are there paragraphs? Take a look at your work and improve it using the checklist. Okay, guys, Lance will read his work, and can you give him good feedback and also how he could improve? Good feedback means if I like your feedback, I'm gonna give you extra house points. Lance.
Okay. Okay, I'll read it, sir. 27 June 2037. Dear Diary, yesterday was like hell on earth.
What?
But it was the capital of innocent people from 12 districts are picking a fight to the death, just for entertainment purposes, only if you were in our shoes. When I was going up to the podium, it felt like my heart just wanted to jump out of my body. I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do. Run to the cornucopia or run into the forest? Well, I choose to run to the forest. It is kind of better to run up than be killed in the bloodbath. But while I was in the forest, I went into an alliance, but it didn't help me feel safer. Any one of them can kill me right now because we have to kill each other eventually. I was leading them to Candace, but I loved her. I couldn't let her die. Candace was there just standing unconscious. I told her to run because the other people in the alliance were coming. They saw me telling her to run. They knew I was a traitor, so I had to hide. I disguised myself on the ground near the river. Suddenly, I heard an announcement. There will be now 2 victors for the Hunger Games, but they must be from the same district. When I heard that, I wanted to find Candace, but I was injured. Instead, she found me and took care of me. Me and Candace was the last people standing in the
Okay, thank you, Lance. That's fine. Can I have somebody give Lance a feedback? Guys, what do you think is good in Lance's work? I want somebody from the online. Chini, do you want to comment on Lance's work?
Yes.
Bujilo.
I don't have much to say because this was so nice and very interesting because he was talking like he was Peter and talking about when like while he was by himself in the forest and what happened.
Okay.
Because when we read the book or watch the movie, you don't know what happens in the forest. But he's talking like he's Peter, he's like this happened, and it was so interesting, and I would like to read more.
Thank you so much, Bujilo. Lance, according to Bujilo, what's good in your work is you were able to expand what Peter might be experiencing when he is in the forest, what he is thinking, and basically you know what happened in the novel. So it is really based from the novel. You were quite successful in using the point of view of Peter. However, how could Lance improve? Mariam, would you like to give some points as to how he could improve based on what you have heard?
It's a good word, but to level it up or to make it even better, what could he do?
Well, I do think that he could use just more, yeah, here. Okay,
Was he able to use figurative devices, you think? Or could it be improved with more ambitious punctuation marks?
yeah, I guess punctuation marks and also companies, but I like the word podium here.
Mhm.
He just like said another word that I like it. Plus, yeah, punctuation and punctuation.
Okay, Lance, the choice of words are quite okay. Paragraphing is quite evident. Point of view is clear. However, let's level up our punctuation marks and some figurative devices. Angela, would you like to read your work so far? Come here, please. Guys, now Angela will read her work and I want somebody from online to give us a feedback. So again, this is not complete, but so far, what do you like best in her work and how could it be better? Angela, let's read your work, please. Stop. Go here so that they can hear you.
Only because they were jealous that Ken was smarter than her in her nature. And they believe that I have information to help them to find it. So who is Candace? She's the greatest because God of man. And too much of the thing at the age of me, my love for Candace before everyone. It was the plan so that we can respond to us by any to our soul.
Wonderful, I like that. Thank you, Angela. Anybody who would like to give Angela some points? Okay, but Anya, for me, I think that there is a little bit of a problem with capitalization as some of your words are not capitalized properly. Punctuation marks are quite good. So, see, the letter I is not punctuated properly. So please improve on those points. Like today's game, T should be capitalized. Dear diary, D and the other D should be capitalized as well. Guys, thank you so much for today. Please make sure to continue working on your diary entry.